Please all stand.
Please take your seat for the roll call.
Honorable Nelson Deslegacion, City Vice Mayor and Presiding Officer. He is the acting City Mayor, Your Honors. Honorable Cecilia Bidiasis, Acting City Vice Mayor and Presiding Officer present. Roll call on the City Councilors. Honorable Gregorio R. Abunal present. Honorable Jose Siranola present. Honorable Elmer S. Baldimoro present. Honorable Mila S. Derquid Arroyo present. Honorable Julian Silabadia Jr. present. Honorable Joselito S.A. Del Rosario present. Honorable Vidal P. Castillo present. Honorable Rayan Cedric Girintoy present. Honorable Salvador M. Del Castillo present. Honorable Tomas Ramon A. Sanchez Jr. present. Madam Chair, there is a quorum.
Okay. I forgot the session is now declared open. For the senior citizen, roll call.
For the 2016 Senior Citizen Sangguniang Panlungsod, Councilor Rosario Uwas present, Councilor Benigna Arcama present, Councilor Diosa Secretary. Roll call for the 2016 Senior Citizen Sangguniang Panlungsod.
Roll call for the Senior Citizen Sangguniang Panlungsod. Honorable Josefina Clerigo present. Honorable Rosario R. Uwas present. Honorable Benigna Cama present. Honorable Josia Valdivina present. Honorable Froilan Alfonso present. Honorable Salome Bongon present. Honorable Marieta San Pascual present. Honorable Carmen Villaferte present. Honorable Antonio Alminor present. Honorable Estelita Bautista present. Honorable Gloria Nacario present. Honorable Rodolfo Pesnilio present. Honorable Arturo E. Balisto present.
There is a quorum.
Prayer.
Panalangin ng Sangguniang Panlungsod. Ay, hindi pa lang kita nagan. Mahal na Panginoon, sa pagtatalakayan namin sa kapulungang ito, bigyan ninyo kami ng talino upang mapaglabanan ang simbuyo ng aming damdamin. Bigyan ninyo kami ng mapangunawang puso na walang kinikilingan. Bigyan ninyo kami ng malawak na pananaw upang mabatid ang anumang nakabalangkas para sa hinaharap. Bigyan ninyo kami ng tatag at lakas ng loob sa pagtuklas ng katotohanan at kabutihan. Bigyan ninyo kami ng kakayahan sa pananalita na maaari kaming maunawaan. At higit sa lahat, Panginoon, gawin ninyo kaming karapat-dapat na lingkod bayan ng lungsod, na labis naming minamahal at iginagalang ang lungsod ng Naga, ang puso ng Bicol, Sianawa. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Pambansang awit.
Bayang magiliw.
Perlas ng bayang magiliw, perlas ng silanganan, alab ng puso, sa dilimong buhay, lupang hinirang, duyan ka ng magiting, sa manlulupig, di ka pasisiil, sa dagat at bundok, sa simoy at sa langit mong bugao, may dilag ang tula at awit sa bayang minamahal, ang kislap ng watawat mo'y tagumpay. Nagniningning ang bituin at araw niya kailan may di magdidilim. Lupa ng araw ng buhay ating pagsinta, buhay ay langit sa piling mo. Aming ligaya na may mang-aapi, pagmamatay na dahil sa'yo.
Next item.
Privilege time.
Anyone who'd like to avail of the privilege time but may bisita. Anybody from the regular members of the Sangguniang Panlungsod who'd like to avail of the privilege time? None? Okay.
Anybody from the 2016 Senior Citizen Sangguniang Panlungsod? Councilor Balisto, Arturo Balisto.
Madam Chairman, Kapilian residents have don't have open space to be used for social gathering. It should be noted that all resettlement areas, whether urban poor or subdivisions, are required to reserve an area to be used by the residents for playground, during meetings, and other community-related activities. The youth are using the streets for playing basketball to the detriment of the people and the vehicles using the road. There have been several incidents that the ball happened to hit people passing by, which resulted in a heated discussion. Sometimes, the ball bounced at the stores selling viands. These happenings becomes irritant in our place. As of now, we don't have this facility. This is the reason why I brought this up in this August body. I hope this problem of Kapilian be given preferential attention. Kaya sa puntong pong ini, minahagad ako ng tabang hindi sa pagikan sa tuyang Sangguniang na i-direct ang urban poor and housing sa pamamayo ni Engineer Rolly Campillos na ma-identify kung ano ang lote duman na pwedeng maging open space para masimbagan ang haluin ng problema kan Kapilian. Thank you.
Anybody else from the counterpart? Oh, since there is no more, we'll proceed.
Okay, proceed to the next item.
Reading and approval of the order of business.
Honorable Baldemoro.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, may I move to dispense the reading the order of business with some modification and addendum. Item number 1 of the special business or order is the proposed resolution of the Item number 1, Mr. Chair, of the special business or order is the proposed resolution of the Honorable Joselito del Rosario, resolution commending the Blessed Lights International Christian Academy, BLICA, for consistently giving pride to Naga City by producing outstanding students who reap honor and glory in national and international academic competitions. Under unfinished business, Madam Chair, item number 1 will now become the committee report of the senior citizens, and item number 1A will be the proposed ordinance authored by Honorable Abunal, co-sponsored by Honorable De Asis, Del Castillo, Labadia, and Ranyola, entitled An Ordinance Revising Ordinance Number 2014-085, known as the Consolidated Senior Citizens Ordinances. Item number 5 of the unfinished business is the committee report of the Committee on Education. Item number 6 is the committee report of the Committee on Transport. Item number 7 is the committee report of the Committee on Transport regarding the public hearing. Item number 8 is the committee report of the Committee on Laws and Ordinances. Item number 9 is the letter from Dr. Vito Borja pertaining to the development plan of the proposed construction of TV4 transmitter tower. Item number 10 is the legal opinion of the city legal officer regarding the letter of Engineer Robencia. Item number 11 is the letter of Engineer Joel Martin submitting the update on the status of Naga City River Cruise. Under new business, Madam Chair, item number 5, the new business is the executive budget of the City of Naga for the year 2017, amounting to 1,111,041,446.30 Item number 2 of the new business is the endorsement of the City Budget Officer regarding the supplemental budget of Barangay Santa Cruz. Item number 7 is the letter from Steelworks Construction and Supply requesting for a temporary closure of J. Miranda Avenue and BMC Road. Item number 8 is the letter from JLY Golden Fortune Corporation on the proposed construction proposal to the Bicol Central Station. Item number 9 is the endorsement from the City Mayor endorsing the Memorandum of Agreement made by the City Government of Naga and the Concepcion Pequeña Farmers Association on the establishment of post-harvest facilities for ratification. Item number 10 is the letter from Punong Barangay Pedro San Juan Obalatas submitting their resolution for requesting for expropriation of the home lot owned by Mr. Siberiano Nebria. Item number 11 is the letter from the City Mayor requesting for an authority to enter into a memorandum of agreement with the Metro Naga Table Tennis Association. Item number 12 of the new business is the endorsement from the Trimobile Task Force endorsing the transfer of Trimobile franchise. And lastly, Madam Chair, under other matters is the letter from the District Engineer regarding the status of the Naga River Revetment Project. I so move for its approval, Madam Chair.
Okay, and before, Honorable
Chairman.
Castillo.
This is in connection with the privilege speech of Councilor Arthur Maristo, our council partner, the Senior Citizen Chairman, Madam Chairman, in connection of the problem at Kapilihan. In his privilege speech, Madam Chairman, he is requesting help from us to direct the office of the Urban Housing Office through Engineer Rory Campillos to identify if there is still a vacant lot to be used as a multi-purpose building or space for the Kapilihan Homeowners Association, Madam Chairman. And for the consideration of this body can be included in the special business of order, a resolution directing the office of the Urban Foreign Housing Office, Engineer Rory Campillos, to identify if there is still a lot to be converted into an open space so that Mr. Chairman Kapilian ng Owners Association, especially the resident, igawan sila ng mga lugar na pwedeng gamitin nila sa inda po okasyon. Considering, Madam Chairman, na ito pong frontage katong kapilihan, kinuha na po ni Mr. Enrique. Kaya ito po kaya, ikaw din maging mahiwas na open space.
Can you just include that in and then the deliberation will be later on?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Madam
Okay, are you
Chair,
agreeable?
with the manifestation of the Honorable Vidal Castillo, may also include as item number 2 of the special business order the subject matter of the privileged speech of the Honorable Arturo Balisto.
Okay, any second? Second. Okay, next item. Before that, I'd like to acknowledge the presence of the 43 students from the Career Executive Service Board, CESB, led by Chris Kalugay of the Trainer's Office. Where is Mr. Kalugay? Welcome, sir, and madam. Next item.
Special business or order. The proposed resolution of the Honorable Joselito S. I. Del Rosario commending the Blessed Lights International Christian Academy or BLICA for consistently giving pride to Naga City by producing outstanding students who reap honors and glory in national and international academic competitions.
Honorable Del Rosario.
Madam Chairman, good morning to my esteemed colleagues in the 12th Sangguniang Panlungsod, to our esteemed visitors from the Career Executive Service Board under Attorney Maria Antoinette Velasco and Mr. Kalugay. Ladies and gentlemen, may I be privileged to sponsor a resolution commending the Blessed Lights International Christian Academy, BLICA, for consistently giving pride to our city by producing outstanding students who reap honor and glory in national and even international academic competitions. Madam Chairman, the Blessed Light International Christian Academy or BLICA of Concepcion Pequeña has for the past years brought honor to our city through educating and training students who have qualified and achieved triumphs in national and international academic competitions. Whereas to date, Madam Chairman, BLICA was able to field 7 outstanding students who competed in international competitions in the fields of sciences and mathematics, namely Rania Maxinti Sabilla, silver medalist in the International Mathematics Wizard Challenge held in Hong Kong August 9 to 12, 2015, Lance Christopher P. Lelis, High Distinction Awardee during the 2012 International Competition and Assessment for Schools Mathematics last 2012, Jose Maria C. De Leon, bronze medalist during the 2009 Mathematical Olympiad held in Tianjin, China last August 5 to 9, 2009, Yvonne Gail Molina as bronze medalist during the Primary Math Olympiad held on August 11 and 12 in Yichang City, Hubei Province, China. Franz Giles D. Aguilar, who participated in the 2016 International Math Wizards Challenge last July 2016 in Bangkok, Thailand. Paula Isabel C. Avila, member of the Philippine team in the 2015 International Mathematics for Wizards Challenge held in Hong Kong last August 9 to 12, 2015. And lastly, Danica May L. Beruño, who qualified for the 2008 International Mathematics Competition and 2008 China Primary School Math Olympiad held in Singapore and China. Whereas, Madam Chairman, while other major educational institutions in our city have attained the same accomplishments, BLICA can be said to be exceptional as its accolades were achieved despite the relatively limited size of the school in terms of physical facilities, staffing, and other resources. Whereas, Madam Chairman, their achievements attained despite their limitations may be considered symbolic and characteristic of the true nature of Naga City, which, notwithstanding its physical and natural resource constraints, has managed to attain remarkable successes in governance, economy, and socio-cultural endeavors. Whereas, my esteemed colleagues, other public service institutions, notably educational entities including our own public school system, could draw lessons from the BLICA system and experience so that best practices can be adapted to serve the children and the youth of Naga City as a whole. May I therefore move, Madam Chairman, that we commend the Blessed Light International Christian Academy, BLICA of Naga City, for consistently giving pride to Naga City by producing outstanding students who reap honor and glory in national and even international academic competitions.
Any second? Okay, the motion is approved, but I'd like to also to inform the body that the city government of Naga have been consistently helping BLICA with regards to their students going to international competition. Honorable Lavadilla?
Mr. Chairman, you have already found the government and I'm on order. I will object to the resolution. Anyway, just for the record, Mr. Chairman.
Okay. No, I asked for any second. Second motion. Okay.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Okay, next item.
The subject matter of the privilege speech of the Honorable Senior Citizen Councilor Arturo Balisto.
Okay, Honorable Castillo or
Yes,
Honorable?
Thank you, Madam Chair. In connection of the privilege of Councilor Arturo Balisto, Mr. Chairman, regarding the problem at Kapilian Honors, na sa hari pong panahon, mayo po sindaduman na mayo ang opisina kang Urban 4 na pigsubmit na inigagamiton para sa open space. Palibasa po sa rin ng panahon, may waton po dyan ang laga ni Atty. Enrile. Alagad po kanakaaging tulong taon, kinuha na po kinugaranan ni Atty. Enrile, kaya maana po nagagamit na open space para po sa karawat ng mga akit, tungkol ng Santa Cruzan and other activities. So, nakakonsensya po kay tumanaw ko po si Councilor Arturo Balisto karam na naghahanap man sindanin. Salit ka ng lugar naman na pwedeng gibo na salit na multi-purpose building. Gibo na multi-purpose building. In this connection, Madam Chair, I would like to sponsor a resolution to require the Office of the Urban 4 Housing Resettlement and Development Office through Engineer Rory Campillos to identify in the subdivision plan in the Kapilihan if there is still a vacant lot to be converted into a vacant lot to be used by the Homeowners Association, Madam Chair. So I move, Madam Chair.
Any comment from the body? Honorable Del Castillo and then Honorable Arroyo.
Madam Chair, I believe that a directive to the Housing and Settlement Office will do, not a resolution. We'll just refer the matter to the Housing and Development Office.
So there's no need to pass a
look for
resolution.
a possible area to be used as playground at the Kapilihan site. Not necessarily a resolution, Madam Chair.
Before you, Honorable Arroyo first.
Sorry, I was called first. Yes, thank you, Madam Chair. Actually, this Kapilian is an on-site resettlement project. In on-site resettlement, it's really very difficult to
Identify.
effect movements. No? We even had to do reblocking so that the necessary streets would be or roads would be provided. But I believe the point raised in the privilege speech of the Honorable Balisto is in order. But rather than directing the Housing and Urban Development Office, I believe the matter should be referred to the Housing and Settlements Committee, so that because it's a matter of policy, Madam Chair, not just a matter of execution. The HSDO is yet to submit the development plan, the site development plan that will be approved by the Sangguniang, so that the entire thing will be considered when matters like this are pointed out. So that it will be looked at in its entirety, not on a piecemeal concern basis. So may I move that the matter, instead of directing the HSDO now, be first referred to the Committee on on Housing and Settlement. Thank you, Mr.
Okay, are you amenable to that, Honorable Castillo?
Madam Chair. Thank you, Honorable Marge Raquel Arroyo.
Okay, Honorable Lavadi, anyway, there's no second to your motion, so, Honorable Lavadi, there was no second. Yeah, there's no second to the motion, and the resolution of Honorable Arroyo is now passed and seconded. Next item.
Unfinished business, the committee report of the Committee on Senior Citizens on the proposed ordinance, revising ordinance number 2014-085, known as the Consolidated Senior Citizen Ordinances.
Honorable Abonal. Belated happy birthday, sir. Birthday ba? Denma.
Madam Chair, kindly acknowledge the report of the Committee on Senior Citizens in its previous meetings, the last one being October 12.
Okay, report is acknowledged.
Madam Chair, you will recall that the committee had been working as early as October of 2015 for the draft ordinance entitled an ordinance revising ordinance number 2014-085, known as the Consolidated Senior Citizens Ordinance. Even as the proposal was ready as early as the first week of September, we temporarily deferred to recommend this for Sangguniang to wait for the participation of the senior citizen officials in October. Hard copies were distributed to councilors for advanced study of the proposal. Last Tuesday, during the regular meeting of the Sangguniang Panlungsod, Mr. Jokno's proposal was submitted and was promptly calendared for this committee hearing, for the last committee hearing. If I may say so, Madam Chair, the proposal of Mr. Jokno must have been written last year because he still addressed himself as honorable when he was sitting as a councillor. But to make a long story short, there were 5 sections, and we say that all sections 1, 2, 4, and 5 were already substantially included in the proposed revision. The major difference, Madam Chair, came as no surprise because once more the senior citizens officials of the Federation would like extended terms. So in the proposal, in fact, of Mr. Jokno, he's saying that the officials may be nominated. Those who had served might as well be considered 0. Those who had served may be nominated and serve for 2 more terms, which prompted us to say that senior citizen councillor from Tinago would eventually serve as many as 10 times. Whereas on the contrary, Madam Chair, the proposal limits them to only 2 terms. With that, there was a discussion. Nevertheless, Mr. Jokno was prevailed upon that what was already ordered by the mayor as the last time it would be considered in the dialogue of October 2015, both Mr. Jokno and the Federation President conceded, and so we are ready to propose and amend the revision. For the disposition, therefore, Madam Chair, after extensive deliberation on several occasions on the matter and considering the proposal of Mr. Jokno as substantially covered already, the Committee on Senior Citizens recommend the approval of the rest of the ordinance revising the revising ordinance 2014-085 known as the Consolidated Senior Citizens Ordinances, and that is contained in item number 1A, the entire document. That's the disposition. Prior to action, however, Madam Chair, we'd like to ask individually the senior citizens, councilors here now, whether or not they would wish to co-sponsor the given ordinance, proposed ordinance. Can we do that, please? Can we
Okay,
call on them?
All the members of the senior citizen who are senior citizen, except Honorable Abadia, would like to co-sponsor the the ordinance entitled the revised ordinance as proposed by the Committee on Senior Citizen. Honorable me, I'm very honored to co-sponsor it, Ms. Honorable Abunal. How about the other, Honorable Del Castillo? Would you, are you a senior citizen? You're one of the co-sponsor. But Honorable Abunal is asking the other members if they are, they would like to co-sponsor.
The senior citizen councilors, Madam Chair.
The other councilors. Okay. Any other city councilors who would like to be in the ranks of the...
Madam Chair, if you don't mind, can we do a roll call of the senior citizen officials for their individual manifestation, support or non-support?
Okay. First,
can we ask them individually, please, to officially manifest their stand on the matter?
Honorable, sige po, may I then turn over the chair to the senior citizen?
Sinusuportaran ko po. Councilor Marieta San Pascual. Sinusuportaran ko po.
Inutuno po na, inutuno po si Honorable
Councilor Rosario Uwas. Tulungan na lang. Honorable Benigna, Councilor Kama.
I second.
Councilor Dios
We're asking whether or not you would like to be co-sponsor of the ordinance.
To our senior councilor counterpart, hinahapot po ni Councilor Abunal kung gusto po nindong makiko-sponsor sa ordinance na ini. Iyo po yan si...
Okay.
If you are co-sponsoring the said ordinance.
Yes. Okay.
Yes, I would like to co-sponsor of this ordinance.
Councilor Diosa Baldivina. Okay. Councilor Froilan Alfonso. Okay, supporting. Next, Councilor Sally Bungon.
Sinusuportaran ko po ang ordinansang inaano ni Honorable Abunal.
Okay. Councilor San Pascual. Okay, Councilor Villaferte, Carmen Villaferte. Okay, Councilor Antonio Almenor.
May ay paki-request po sa mga senior citizen counterpart, magtindog po kamo pag na.
Regarding this consolidation ordinances, we the senior citizens of city would like to present our view regarding this consolidation. This consolidation, this senior citizens will begin to 2 years for their service in the city council. Suppose we are not only our term is 2 years by this ordinance. So, if we not our terms, we will support the ordinance, the resolution before this, the city council.
Madam Chair, we are in the process of voting and not in the process of discussion. We're asking whether they are supporting as co-sponsors or not. But if you will allow an answer to that, we would be willing to do so. The question is, if I may rephrase, limiting the senior citizens to 2 years, what happens after that? Well, after two terms, another senior citizen may have to come.
Okay. Next, Councilor Gloria Nacario.
Madam Chair, sinusuportahan ko po ang asaling ordinansa ni Honorable Ibrahim Aguinaldo.
Okay. Next, Councilor Rodolfo Prisnilio.
Ang napagkulang po, dahil hindi na naman po kaya sa Sangguniang kaya kumain ko dahil kaya po may maman. Kung masabit po kami hindi sinusunggay ako nila, paano na po kaya mangyari?
Madam Chair, nasimbagan mi na po yan sa committee hearing that it could be taken up any other time.
Okay.
There
Next,
is no ending to a proposal. For that matter, anybody, not just the senior citizen officials, can submit proposals and that's taken up.
okay. Next, Councilor Arturo Balisto.
I'm sorry for the
Okay. All of the elected 2016 city senior citizens Sangguniang Panlungsod are agreeable to be co-sponsor of these ordinances.
Madam Chair, even as some senior citizens said they support, whereas the question was would they want to co-sponsor, I would think that what they meant was yes, they are willing to co-sponsor, except perhaps the counterpart of Councilor Rintoy, who is not around. With that, Madam Chair, I move for the adoption of the revising ordinance number 2014-085, known as Consolidated Senior Citizens Ordinances. So move, Mr. Chair.
Okay, before that, Honorable Arroyo, remarks from Honorable Arroyo and then Honorable Baldemoro.
Yes, discussion on the motion, Madam Chair, on Section 6, Paragraph B.
Section 6,
Paragraph
Paragraph
B.
A. Section 6, para ayun na, ito na. Section 6, Paragraph A.
Paragraph B.
A.
A.
Paragraph A first.
A.
Section 6 ba yan?
Section 6 ba yun?
Yes.
Yes, Section 6. Yan the head.
My question, Madam Chair, is on the term of the OSCA head, because it says or, in the middle portion of the paragraph, or for terms so indicated in his or her appointment. Does it mean that the term of the OSCA is dependent on the discretion of the city mayor who is the appointing authority?
Honorable Abonal, can you answer that?
By law, it should be 3 years. And therefore, if that is to be stricken out, fine. The expression is there, the phrase is there only because of the current appointment of the OSCA head, where very clearly it says co-terminus with the city mayor. But if properly, that must be deleted, fine.
So I believe, Madam Chair, it would be for purposes of clarity and so that the OSCA head would really serve without fear. Then his term must be fixed. That therefore he may be removed only for reasonable grounds, as stated under the last paragraph, last sentence of that paragraph.
So you are proposing that we strike the
phrase from
for term
or up to appointment.
up to appointment, the underlined paragraph. Honorable Abonal, are
The
you
proposal is acceptable, Madam Chair.
okay? That will be deleted on the final.
Still under that same section, Madam Chair, section 6C 4. Section 6C 4.
4. Honorable Arroyo. I think there are only 11 barangays who have not yet been issued their new IDs. 7 or 11, I think. 7 or 11. 07. Any other remarks, Honorable Arroyo?
I seem to have lost that portion, Madam Chair, but it pertains to the function of the OSCA.
Function.
Function of the OSCA, because I read in that provision that among the functions of the OSCA is to provide the list, provide the list of services which may be provided by the senior citizens. Should it be by the senior citizens or to the senior citizens?
Now, the idea is taken directly from the from RA 9994. The idea is, what could these senior citizens do? In other words, what could they be of use? That's what is targeted.
And therefore, I would move that we add the phrase in consultation with the Senior Citizens Federation. I believe we cannot just declare what they can provide.
Number 3.
Yes, they should be consulted. In other words, if OSCA were to provide the list of services that may be provided by senior citizens, then the senior citizens must be the one to determine what services are they really capable of and are willing to provide.
So upon consultation.
Yes,
Actually, what could be done is not through the federation, but the individual files of each senior citizen indicating their capabilities and abilities. Ang federation siguradong ang simbag na naman kayan iba. Might as well we go directly to the individuals. That's the idea.
Individual services.
What can a senior citizen, one individual, do besides, so that As a matter of fact, for example, last year, we found a job for a senior citizen sa SM. Apparently, she could do a little bit of accounting, etc., etc. So, she was taken as part-time for what? As diyan sa sales. No? What could an individual senior citizen do even beyond age 60?
Yes.
So that if there are openings in employment, part-time though they may be, could be secured for them. That would be a great service by the OSCA.
For possible employment of the individual senior citizen. Pakungsi organization.
Yeah, the idea was for individual senior citizens. What else could they do? What is meant is not what could be service to them, but what service they could do still.
They can still be hired as an individual. Kung baga, like in McDonald's, in other places, they hired senior citizens as yung cashier or ano, parang that's the idea.
So it's not really going to be the city deciding what they should do,
No.
but what they may do.
They may do. Identify their capabilities or abilities that can be a possible source of employment for them.
Yes.
I think that's the idea.
For as long as it is not mandatory, Madam Chair.
So,
the reason why I was recommending that they be consulted, if it were to be mandatory, that these are the things that they will do as a
No.
With that explanation, thank you, Madam Chair.
Okay, and any other remarks? Honorable Baldimoro.
Thank you. Thank you, Madam Chair. Before my question, Madam Chair, I invite the senior citizens official to participate on the discussion. Para po sa ito, we are having chairman of committee of senior citizens. Pick up on the approval is on the senior citizens. Kaya encourage mo to participate in the discussion. Kaya po tapos ang
Deliberation.
Dapat nasa deliberation. So, mas malaki na yung participation dahil para po. Regarding my question, Madam Chair, on Section 3, on additional privileges and responsibilities, Section 3, all senior citizens registered with OSCA should be entitled to the following benefits and privileges. Item number 4. Financial assistance of 3,000 pesos to the family for the death of affiliated senior citizens. My question to is, how about those not registered with the OSCA?
By law, they are entitled to 2,000 pesos. The city adds 1,000 to registered senior citizens of the city. Automatic po naman yun.
Ang hapot po ni Councilor Baldimoro, how about those senior citizens na affiliated?
Yeah.
Not registered.
But by law, every senior citizen who dies is entitled to
2,000.
assistance for the family of 2,000.
So they can still get the
But
2,000.
if they, as practice, if they in fact present their senior citizens ID, the OSCA adds 1,000 to it. To reword it that way,
Just to include that even though they are not registered at OSCA, they also receive 2,000 pesos.
that's already contained in 9994.
Oo, that's already in the law. Nasa law na po yan. Okay. Section 10. Section 10.
as
Tin 10.
Section 10.
Ayan na na.
As enumerated for the criteria for selection, the financial management is 20%, the office procedure 10%, program 50%. However, Madam Chair, the remaining 20% was raised. Kaya ano na po 20%? This is for
30. Yung mayang 20.
In
Paki. Tin.
participation of city was raised, so what will be the 12%?
I'm sorry, that shouldn't be raised. What was
Dahil
erased to
man
be
yan, nasala lang.
enumerated.
Kabali pa manggiraray siya. Participation in city barangay activities, 20%. Okay. So that's, the total is 100%. Okay, any other remarks before the final motion? Okay, Honorable Labonal. Honorable Ranyola. Do you have any comment?
Proxy to the request of that the senior citizen participate.
Nice.
Now we promote to make this motion.
Okay. Honorable Labonal, final motion? Third reading na ba?
May I ask whether Councilor Baldemoro still has something to say? I was
Councilor?
hoping that he would bring it up.
Honorable Baldemoro, any other remarks?
Baka, Madam Chair, baka po kaya pag-iisip ka mga senior citizens counterpart. According to my counterpart, the Honorable Alfonso, ang paguna ninda, ang i-aamed na lang itong 2 years. Sabi ko, open pa po for discussion for all the provisions. So, again, kung may na, pero it's up to them po kung they will make any remarks on the provision, or we will approve now the proposed revision.
Okay, may I ask the senior citizen councilors if they have any other remarks regarding the proposed consolidation ordinance?
Any from the councilors?
Okay, Honorable Alfonso?
Councilor Alfonso?
Salamat po, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, ini pong mga proponent na yaon nagdi po sa nakasurat digdi. Alas po ini, pabor sa mga senior citizen. Siguro man po, kung mapupwede lang na ikwenta na po, amindaran o kuya na po ining aprobaran para sa pabor po sa mga senior citizen. Salamat po.
Last remarks for
In response,
Hello. Naman po siya sinabi ni Kagawad Almelor, nakikisumara ko for the approval of that amendment.
yeah, for the information of the senior citizens, the names so listed as sponsors are members of the Senior Citizens Committee. And because it is the committee that is submitting this, may I always make it a point that the members of the committee are co-sponsors of the ordinance. And now, because we met with the senior citizens and asked for their comments, their suggestions, etc., we also invited them to co-sponsor the ordinance. Thank you, Madam Chair.
last remarks, Honorable Arroyo?
Actually, I'm not very comfortable, Madam Chair, because I am hearing some sentiments from the senior citizens who are members of the Sangguniang about the term. May objective po kaya ang term limit na piglaag, which is 2 terms. I-clarify ta lang po, different po ang term at saka ang year, number of year. Ang per term po is
2 years.
1 month. Opo. for participation in the sanggunian. Piglilimita po sa 2 terms. We're
Yes.
limiting.
So, pwede pa po
The objective being po is parang pareho man po sa mga term limits baga to give chance to others, no? Pero ang sabi man po kaya kang iba, garo hali po to man na 2 beses lang. Besides, daimang kami dyan, sabi po ninda, besides daimang kami makakatukaw dyan, kundi kung na kami i-elect kan sa muyang mga kairibanan na senior citizens. And we will not be elected by them kung daimang kami nagsuserve sa indang tultul. Para po sa kuya, baka pagbigyan taman po siguro ang senior citizens, ipunta rin pong 3 terms, just like the all other positions, usually po baga 3 terms iyan, no? So ano na po yung, parang what is 1 term? Kung mapapaugmata man ang mga senior citizens staff. Because before there was no term limit. Now that we're passing this ordinance, we're putting a limit. Kung naghahagad po silang at least gibon man ng 3 terms, maybe the committee will consider it. Kasi duman po sa in the objective that we give chance to others, pero may po bagang naglalawag itong point na if they are not serving well in their barangays, they will not be elected by their co-senior citizens in the barangay. Although that may be arguable, pero kumbaga yan po ang that's a given, and we have also to respect that. May danawag lang po akong nagsabi kaya na kung dahil ngayon magustong 2 terms, gibuon milang lugod ngayang 1 term. Di po ba, digaro, I'm not sure kung totoo po yan, na sinabi yan, no? Pero gustong sabihon, makusog po ang contentious po ining isyong ini. So kung mapasad po kita ng ordinansa, it must be something that would, kumbaga that would really be served gabos na points. Kung dahil man po, if the senior citizen really is not serving well in his barangay, dahil man yan mai-elect. Kung bako man po yan active sa iyang barangay, dahil man po yan mai-elect sa iyang barangay. So if the proponent would concede, maski po siguro dagdagan ta maski sa wrong term, para pareho kang mga sanggunian, that we are given 3 chance to be elected to the office that we are occupying. I'm just expressing my sentiment dahil nagkakadarangog ko po ang sentiment kang some of the senior citizens.
Okay, for the sentiment of Honorable Ranyola.
As this lengthily in the committee hearing, wherein all those senior citizens that must participate were there. Then they were given copies for them to study. And just a while ago, the proponent asked them if they want to join as a co-authors. And they stood up and said yes. So, what you are saying is only nadangog, ang sabi-sabi, sentiments. But now, these are the very people who will attest to the fact that they agree with the ordinance that is being revised. In our meeting, for your information, even the old past president, the OSCA members were there. And they were the very senior citizens who are really the pillar of the Senior Citizen Association. And they agree with because ang reason may man po, murag na kita. Papagbigyan taman gabus. May 2 taon ka mo nakalaog na, at least the honor na nakamtan mo, itauta naman sa iba na gusto man magsilbi. Kaya aking paresidaan, pagterpat ko nga, kasi bago pang sabi, pinag-discussion din na ngayon, tapos na. So that's it, Madam Chair.
Kay Honorable Ray Ann Rentoy, and then we turn over to the senior citizen.
Mr. Chairman, I actually share the same sentiment as of the Honorable Ranyola. If we are
Halat mo na po, si Honorable Rentoy mo na po.
If we are talking about, or if we are on the objective that we give chance to the others or to the majority of the senior citizens in our society, I think 2 terms is already enough. Yes. Remember, Madam Chair, the city officials only for 1 term, once in a lifetime experience, and the program sits well with us in the city government of Naga, and I think two terms for the senior citizens officials is already enough for them.
Okay, si
Councilor Antonio Alminor.
So po, ang cause po kang inahagad na ordinance na 2-year terms, siguro ang kaisipan na matawan man ang iba ng chance para maka-experience man kan sa mga na-experience nyo niyan. Kaya lang, ang 2 taon, sabi nga ni Kagawad Arroyo, is limitado sa pag-diskuter kang mga naiisipan kang sa mga councilor kang senior citizen. Kaya siguro, yung 3 taon kung piraman ang pwedeng itaw, siguro sa iling ko magiging effective dahil sa susuportahan niya ang sayang resolusyon na sinubmit para mai-calendar kang City Council.
Okay. Any other
Councilor Alfonso.
Madam Chair, sa Samuya po kayong barangay, medyo remote po dumaan. Bibira po ang magusto na mainuminar bilang counterpart po kang mga city officials. Paano po kung halimbawa sa pagkatapos ko kang term, halimbawa 2 terms, mayo pong maipresentar o mayo mainuminar na taga-duman sa mo, anong na pong gigibunta? Na siyempre po, pag mayo pong mainuminar, kung halimbawa naka 2 terms na ako, dahil na ako pwede, sisay po ang pwedeng mainuminar kung mayo pong maako duman sa mong lugar. Thank you po.
Wait first. Councilor Uwas muna and then after that, Councilor Diosa.
Para sa sako po as senior citizens councilor, 2 years is enough. Kasi gusto ko man ma-experience, kasi as senior citizen councilor, parang sa 2 years na-experience ko na dapat kong maaraman, igli sa Sangguniang Panlungsod, kung ano ang ginigibo. Kaya nga gusto ko man ma-share duman sa ibang gusto mag-aspire as senior citizens councilor na kung ano man ang ginigibo mi as city councilor kang Siyudad King Naga. Thank you.
Madam Chair, if I may just add, I think we have to understand the dynamics of Baskas. Ano takinsilan ang nag-qualify ngunyan? Kawasa sa ibang Baska, dahil na nagpapod in meeting. Dahil naman ngaya ko manonominate, dahil nagpapod in meeting. Ang guton nga ni si Salong Kapitan, ang guton si Kapitan. Dahil naman nga pag-iintindi. Masabi na, mayo kayang nagugusto, tamo ka man magtao. That's the dynamics that's very strong there. Kaya baga pagwirilgahan ako, dahil gusto sinda giraray. No? Naturally, anybody who is there would want to continue. Kung pwede, on and on. It takes a noble person to say, tama na, iba naman. Ang iba magkaigwan ng panahon, magkaigwan ng chance. Pinahiligan ko po, baga kamagad to digdiyo kan si listahan. Nagpapaikot-ikot sindaman sana. And maybe it should be very clear na maximum of 2 times. Dahil man po yan, nakasaro ka mo sa sunod ka mo giraray. No? There is always an annual selection kung nagpapailik ang presidente. Kung dahil man, abo man magpailik. Kanto ba, 20 city, paano yan? Ngunyan pira lang. Mayang ngunyan department head. Igwang tulong nag-apply na disqualified. Gusto pag-iraray. Aram naman ninda dahil na pwede, nag-pig-nominate pa sa diri ninda. I mean, I'm sorry, pero that's the dynamics na piglabanan ta kadtupa. Kadtupa sabi kadtukan si sarong konselig ni, sindaman sa nangay sa nagpaparabaralyo sa naman niyang tukawan. I think we have to understand. Dapat po ninyo ang DSWD, si Bel Vargas, because he tells us all these things. Dapat po ninyo ang ibang Baska presidents. Tayo man dayan nangyayari talaga. In fact, I was asking, somebody said, Sarusa na ngayon, tama na. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Next is Councilor Diosa, and after that, Councilor Nacario.
After the senior citizen, the regular.
Tama. Naintindihan. Dito kung ba't pag-istili nila, kulang na yung kaumahan. Kaya lang po, sa iba, hindi, karoon ako kasi pagkakali, na-enjoy ka. Pero ang taong yung generasyon, kaumahan na sa ibang pagkakaliwan. Sufficient nila ka. Lalo po po, naaaraman po talaga sa upay natin, pag-preparo. Iba rin dapat tawaran dahil natatakot. Tapos may pakulit ko lang dito sa dito, mga dalaga, si 500. Ako nagiging naman sa ako yung nanay na nagsisili. Kaya sa gawin ka na to, nagpunta sa experience ng kaupahan na ini, nagpunta sa pintura, kapag ang mahalit sa ako po ulo dyan sa 2 taon lang. Iba akong napagpagkakawin. Yan na po sa kuya.
Next. Thank you. Next, Councilor Nacario.
Committee hearing. Kaya lang, pisa na malo na ang 3 terms niya na occasionally. Ang araw ko nga, okay na, makita na. Kaya, nabigyan na ko na ako na sa akin dito yun. Sa pagkakaw lang, kailangan ko niya. Kaya, sa kayo po, kagawat ako na. Inusuport na ako talaga. Ikaw na ng tao na. Hindi nga, ay mo sa langgilid. Hindi nga eh, Madam Chair na. Pagpili sa muya sa minidro, kung may pagputuan, kusugbo, mano kami, zero. Abot sa mga na taon, eh, mo naman zero ha.
Honorable Labadia.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. Thank you, Madam Chairman. Gabos taman kung binibiro. Ito nga yung kay Councilor Miles, malinaw man na yung sentimento niya na nagluluwas na baka gusto nito tulo. Pero wala kasarabi man bagang okay na ang luwas, wala ng problema. Agabos na ideya is tama, and then bigluluwas pala yung sentimento, may nalatang mangyari kami. Ito, Councilor Miles, pakisabi sa kaling may investigation. So, ang sasabi mo, ang totoo man na. Okay, malinaw na, nagsabi na po ang senior citizen, nagkapunta na yung focus sa ordinansa. Pinapansin yung ating Councilor. Salamat, Madam Chairman. Hopefully, mamalis ka sa may board ng approval.
Madam Chair.
Okay, Honorable Abonal.
I think we have discussed this thoroughly. The things that will be mentioned now and later have already been brought up. 12 taon po ning para diskusyonan. Pag nadadang ko minsan na po na kung magsimbag, dati ko na yung sinimbag. With that, Madam Chair, I move for the adoption of the ordinance.
Okay, move and seconded. The motion is approved. Next item. Honorable Del Castillo.
During the committee hearing, I requested for a final copy. So, with that, I will manifest that all discussion on the ordinance was terminated. However, third final reading, this is today demanding a final copy of the ordinance. Final draft for the final, third final reading.
Third final copy. Honorable Abonal, did you furnish Honorable Castillo his request?
Madam Chair, I think we are back to procedural question, third and final reading. The rule says no ordinance or resolution is passed without copies. But we've been doing this. Kuminsan nga ni, title lang, approve na kita. Diba? Now, I tell you, if that is to be a condition, if this is now going to be a condition for the third and final approval of this, I will insist that all resolutions and ordinances be printed for final reading. Pag ginibo yan, bigdiyo, dapat gibuhon sa gabus.
Okay, anyway, it was approved. The ordinance was already approved. Next item. Honorable Baldimoro. Ang puso. Session is now resumed. Kindly take your
Item number 2 of unfinished.
Next item.
The letter dated October 13, 2016 from Engineer Rubencia, Ruby Shelter Builders and Realty Development Corporation, expressing his profound dismay over what happened during the October 11, 2016 session on and called for blind siding or railroading of the matter pertinent to the proposed terminal complex, despite hanging issues and unresolved items left pending before the Committee on Transport.
This is still pending with the Committee on Transport or Committee on... Okay, Honorable Del Rosario.
May I request that this letter be again referred to the Committee on Transport. I think this is the 5th letter of Engineer Bencha. After this session, I'm expecting another letter. So, anyway, Madam Chairman, we'll schedule a committee hearing to finally dispose of this matter. I'm just my interest was just quote sa last paragraph of this letter. The other one, the new letter. Si bago niya na letter. New letter. Kung may available kita na letter. Kung mayo, Madam Chairman.
Okay, anyway, this will be referred to your committee.
Committee, yes,
okay, items referred to committee. Next item.
The endorsement dated October 12, 2016 from the Office of the City Mayor endorsing for ratification the MOA between the City and the Land Bank of the Philippines on the electronic payment portal and online collection facility.
Okay, we have already issued an authority to the Mayor. This is just for ratification. Honorable Rentoy. Honorable Rentoy.
The Sangguniang Panlungsod already passed an authority, a resolution of authority for the City Mayor to enter into a memorandum with the Land Bank of the Philippines relative to the electronic payment portal and finding the documents to be in order. I move that we pass a resolution ratifying the same.
Any second? Okay, seconded, approved. Any remarks? None. Next item.
Letter dated October 11, 2016 from the City Mayor informing that he is vetoing Ordinance number 2016-045 because it is an ultra-vires act in violation of the time-honored principle of separation of powers and it has the effect of the separation or replacement of the exclusive power of the appointing authority or the local chief executive, since who to appoint is a political question involving considerations of wisdom which only the appointing authority can decide.
Okay, my co-proponent, Honorable Del Rosario.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. For the information of everyone, as a co-sponsor of an ordinance on opening up the appointment process to public scrutiny, which was approved by this August Chamber last September, but vetoed by our Mayor, may I request some time to explain this, Madam Chairman. Our Mayor, based on my interpretation, emphasizes the right of his office to appoint personnel based on rights that have, of course, legal basis. This I do not contest, Madam Chairman. Moreover, I admit that my colleagues would have the better trained legalistic minds to discuss this matter. We have Councilors Del Castillo and Councilor Myers Rakid Arroyo. I am charging to experience what would seem to be overstepping the boundaries of our duties over the rights of the executive. When Councilor Nene Diasis and his representation proposed this ordinance, it was based on our intention to accelerate future selection processes to take you from what was perceived to be a growing sense of public unease over the specific cases of Mr. Roel Barrios of Lingkod Barangay Office and Ma'am Edna Bongalonta, who were proposed by the Mayor to be the department heads of said offices. It was a way of our contributing to facilitating the process as a matter of future policy. All these were founded on my experience as an Nagueño public servant acting within the principles of transparency and people's participation, the roots from which Naga blossomed into the country's premier center of good governance. I think, Madam Chairman, one key message in this issue is for each one of us within this legislative chamber and with all our other co-public servants, including our senior citizen counterparts, to uphold the sense of trust, the faith that deep within ourselves there are basic principles of self-sacrifice and service that in the end will overcome challenges such as this. But we owe to the people the need to keep our sense of vigilance high. For the record, Madam Chairman, I would like to ask for a deferment of the discussion of this letter of the Mayor. We have so many things. We have on our tables. We have so many things that we have to discuss, and to keep moving forward and show why Naga continues to be the center of good governance. Thank you, Madam Chairman.
Okay, so we defer this and then we discuss it with for the next session. Okay. Next item.
Report of the Committee on Education.
Committee on Education, Honorable Abonal.
Madam Chair, kindly acknowledge the report of the Committee on Education of its meeting on October 12.
Your report is acknowledged.
There were two items. The first was the letter dated July 26, 2016 from Mr. Hernani Soron, Administrator, Naga City School Board, submitting the list and number of school-age children who are not in school or attending other forms of learning. This matter was already taken up in an earlier committee meeting of the Committee on Education, and there were 8 recommendations, Madam Chair, but all of which we already said could be acted upon by the school board without necessarily waiting for and requesting for clearance or approval from the Sangguniang. But then the matter was reported pending, and therefore it was brought back to a second committee hearing, and we said the same thing. As a matter of fact, a number of them, I think items 1 to 5 of the 8 recommendations were ongoing projects of the school board. The only one that may eventually be reported to the Sangguniang would be a memorandum of agreement with DepEd. But we will act on it if and when it comes. And so there is no action required from the Sangguniang. Second item, Madam Chair, is the proposed resolution of Honorable Joselito del Rosario, entitled Resolution requesting the Naga City School Board to look into request of the Philippine Red Cross Camarines Sur chapter regarding uncleared unreleased Red Cross membership fee for Queen members. Again, Madam Chair, this is part of the matter that was already taken up by the school board, that one being directly regarding the supposed increase of the Red Cross fee from 35 to 60. Our disposition then was to require the Red Cross to present a memo or order from DepEd indicating that 60 may be collected. We awaited, and what was presented was a memo saying that 50 pesos may be collected, not mandatory. Now, the main thing in this letter this time, Madam Chair, is no longer the rate, but back accounts, meaning collections of 2013, 14, 15, 3 years. What came out was that the school board did not remit anything for lack of AUR, authority. What is AUR? A document that the schools must submit to the school board listing the students whose payments may be remitted to Red Cross or to whichever. And so the disposition, the body resolved to await the submission of each school of the pertinent application unit registration, without which the accountant cannot process any payment. So move, Madam Chair.
Any second? Okay, approved.
That ends the report. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Abunal. Next item. Okay, Honorable Arroyo.
Committee, the matter concerning a central kitchen for school lunch, may I know if there is any move from the committee to recommend a similar program, at least so that it may be considered in the 2017 budget?
No, at this point, the school board is not acting on it, meaning there is no plan yet for centralized kitchen for everybody. That was a matter that was observed, but I have not heard anything serious about the matter. Okay.
Because there was an information shared concerning a pilot project in Balatas, which proved to be contributory to the improvement of pupil attendance, but that project was terminated because of the difficulty in liquidation.
Yes.
I think that that's a very that's a very trivial cause for stopping the implementation of this program, which resulted in the objective sought to be achieved.
Okay. The situation apparently is this, that it is really the volunteer parents who manage the whole thing. In other words, they market, they cook, they serve, etc. And that's not for everybody. It's only for the select students who may have been identified. That's perfect. That's working so well. But when the liquidation was required, the principals could not produce those things. Okay? That appears to be a problem not only through school board, but is also a problem at DepEd. Mga liquidation. Okay?
Yes.
And since liquidation is necessary for future activities, apparently they held it. Saka ang feeding program pati is not year-round. It's only for a period of, I'm not sure, 6 months? Or 3 months? Year-round ba? Okay.
Yes, I raised this concern, Madam Chair, because the objective is to improve student participation. the cohort survival is that's the objective eventually. But because of a procedural issue, the entire program is not being continued anymore. I'm just wondering, can that not be solved, the liquidation issue? That the entire program was stopped just because there could be no liquidation?
Honorable Abanan.
I'm concerned, Madam Chair, maybe it's something that we have to look more deeply into towards continuing the program. If it will have to be the city that will sponsor it. Because in one of the discussions, Madam Chair, with the Vice President, she said that when she visited, I believe, one of the countries in Latin America, she saw a very successful
was it Brazil?
School lunch program, I think, when she went to Brazil. And she was even thinking of also doing it in the country. But if we have already started it here, and it's really just a matter of fixing the logistical arrangements for it, because I believe we have the resources and we can get more resources with the commitment of the Vice President.
So perhaps
in any case, we'll bring that up to the school board, particularly Mr. Nani Suron, because it's a matter that has been tried on a regular basis, but especially during yung summer enrichment with kids there. Kasi manageable yung time, manageable yung number.
maybe we can ask the accounting department if they can help with the liquidation so that it will be easier for the school. Okay, Honorable.
Yeah, of course, one of the factors that we consider, which is not an excuse, is we're dealing with schools and teachers who are asked to do this and that. Ay, kadakol na trabaho. Ang principal talaga nahihirapan mag-liquidate dahil bakuman nga ni sinda ang mismong nag-spend. It's some other group spending, but it's the principal that's required to liquidate. No. In any case, we'll present this to the school board.
Okay. Are you raising your hands, Honorable Baldemoro, a while ago? Okay, Honorable Baldemoro.
I understand that some personnel of the city government of Naga presented to the mayor, to the school board, about the central kitchen program or concept pertaining to the feeding program. Maybe they are considering a central kitchen operation for the feeding program in the entire school of Naga. I just don't know whether they consider the lunch program instead of a just a merely feeding program for the school children. So maybe the Honorable Abunal should apprise us on whether the city mayor agreed on the proposal of having a central kitchen concept on the feeding program.
Okay, we will do that, Madam Chair, as soon as the mayor arrives.
Are you familiar with the said program as mentioned by Honorable Baldemoro?
Councilor Baldemoro says I should apprise you with whatever the mayor may have acted on it already. As I said, we will do that as soon as the mayor arrives. Okay.
Okay, thank you, Honorable Abanan. Next item.
Report of the Committee on Transport.
Honorable Del Rosario. Duwang report.
Good morning to all, Madam Chairman. May I request acknowledgement of the report?
Your report is acknowledged.
Mr. Chairman, we conducted a committee hearing last October 12. In attendance were our esteemed city councilors and of course senior citizen councilors. There were several items discussed. First was the first endorsement dated September 26, 2016, endorsing the new application for removal franchise of the following: May I go directly, Madam Chairman, to the disposition. On motion of Honorable Baldimoro, duly seconded by Honorable Del Castillo, the body resolved to recommend to the Sangguniang Panlungsod for the passage of resolution granting approval of transfer of franchise of the following persons. One, from Analisa A. Kadag to Telma A. Sapi of Doña Clara Village, Zone 4A, Concepcion Pequeña, Naga City. I so move, Madam Chairman.
Any second?
Another is from Sonia B. Oxiano to Rizalde C. Mendoza of Villa Oviedo Subdivision, Cararayan, Naga City. So move, Madam Chairman.
Any second? Approve.
Another is as there was one deferred item of the proposed transfer from Baksain to Roblas. Second item, Madam Chairman, was the first endorsement dated September 30, endorsing the new application for tri-mobile franchise of the following. As to the disposition, on motion of Honorable Baldimoro, duly seconded by Honorable Del Castillo, the body resolved to recommend to the Sangguniang Panlungsod for passage of resolutions granting approval of franchise of transfer of franchise of the following persons. One, from Lalaine A. Tatel to Gemma M. Balote of Santa Cruz, Naga City. So move, Madam Chairman.
Second.
Second, from Noel S. Bernal and Isagani B. Tuyado to Aura Hilda C. Apuada of Kiburak Drive, Bagumbayan Sur, Naga City. So move, Madam Chairman.
Any second? Approve.
As to the third, item number 3, first endorsement dated October 7, endorsing the new application for tri-mobile franchise of the following. As to the disposition, Madam Chairman, on motion of Honorable Elmer Baldimoro, duly seconded by Honorable Del Castillo, the body resolved to recommend to the Sangguniang Panlungsod for the passage of resolution granting for the approval of transfer of tri-mobile franchise of the following persons. From relative, Odilon DJ Ramirez to Maria Sheila B. Ramirez of Jolly Neighbors Subdivision, Santa Cruz, Naga City. So move, Madam Chairman.
Approve.
From Florentino S. Cordoba Jr. to Sebastian N. Stephanie. So move, Madam Chairman.
Any second? Approve.
Next item, Madam Chairman, was the letter dated September 16 from Arnulfo D. Fausto, OIC Traffic Management Center, relative to the request for Pajak franchise. The dispositive portion, the body resolved to defer the matter pending submission of a comprehensive report by the PSO of Pajak franchises in the entire barangays of Naga City. Next item, Madam Chairman,
Matter is deferred.
the matter is deferred, yes, Madam Chairman. Next item, Madam Chairman, was the memorandum dated September 15 from Mr. Arnulfo D. Fausto, OIC Traffic Management Center, relative to the request of Mr. Jeffrey Ramos, relative to the operation of Pajak at St. James Subdivision, Concepcion Pequeña, Naga City. As to the disposition, the body resolved to defer the matter and to recommend to the Sangguniang Panlungsod to invite on the next committee hearing the Barangay Council of Concepcion Pequeña and Concepcion Grande to settle the jurisdiction of Pajak operations at St. James Subdivision.
The matter is deferred. Next item.
Letter dated September 23 from Attorney Noreen Bernadette S. San Luis Lote, the Petit Regional Director of Land Transportation Office, Legazpi City, relative to the operation of three-wheeled e-trikes. Considering the absence of the Butus Regional Director, nagpauli-tulos ay. The body resolved to defer the matter in the absence of the guest.
Deferred. Next. Delete. Remove the adjective.
Remove the puti. Okay. Next item, Madam Chairman, first endorsement dated, at least by now, the City Councilor Bunal is smiling. At least. First endorsement dated October 5, 2016 from the Office of the City Mayor endorsing the memorandum agreement made and entered into by and between the Department of Public Works and Highways Second Engineering Office represented by District Engineer Rebecca J. Roses and the City Government of Naga represented by Mayor John G. Bongat. As to the disposition, Madam Chairman, the body resolved to recommend to the Sangguniang Panlungsod for the passage of a resolution confirming and ratifying the memorandum of agreement entered into by and between the Department of Public Works and Highways, Second Engineering District, and the City Government of Naga on the installation of traffic signal lights. I so move, Madam Chairman, that we confirm and ratify said memorandum of agreement.
Any second? Does it involve an appropriation as to the...
No, ma'am. For the information, as additional information, the DPWH through Engineer Ragrayo committed that in close consultation with the supplier of the traffic signal light system who won in the bidding conducted by the DPWH, they will be conducting a seminar for PNP, PSO, PDP, and CEO select personnel to ensure that the operation of the traffic lights will be properly observed. In case that we fully operationalize said system, Madam Chairman.
Itong traffic lights na yan, iyon itong may time. Itong may... Itong time, may time, baga ano to?
Timer, Madam Chairman.
Timer, oo, itong may timer na yan, ng traffic
that
lights.
will come later on, Madam Chairman. This representation already passed a resolution requesting the Office of the Mayor through the Traffic Management Center to study the possibility of the installation of timers. Then the Mayor already acceded. We are just waiting for the confirmation and ratification of this MOA with the DPWH, Madam Chairman.
Okay, Honorable Abunal.
What I am understanding is that this current MOA does not include the installation of timers in certain junctions. That's what I'm understanding. In other words, yung timers where they are needed is another matter.
Yes,
Is that
yes.
correct? Thank you, Mr. Chair.
That's, Madam Chairman, if I may respond to the concern of Councilor Abunal, the installation of timers is different from the ratification of the MOA. The installation of timers is one of the actions that the city will do to ensure full operations of this traffic signalization system as approved by this legislative chamber in the resolution sponsored by this representation, Madam Chair.
Honorable Arroyo.
May I clarify, Madam Chair, if the MOA has been reviewed, we are recommending the ratification of the MOA. Yes? Are we?
Yes, Madam.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Has that been reviewed by the Committee on Laws and Ordinances? The MOA?
Not yet. Yeah, not yet, ma'am. Not yet. So, may I therefore request that we
Refer to the
refer first to the. Thank you, ma'am, for the.
Thank you.
Okay, refer to the Committee on Laws and Ordinances. So you are withdrawing your first motion?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, refer to Committee on Laws and Ordinances.
Lastly, Madam Chairman. The letter to both Engineer Bensha and Obrobi Shelters Development Corporation and to Mr. Willie Prilles. This is as regards the 3 or 4 letters already sent by Engineer Bensha. In our committee hearing, the committee resolved to transmit all the letters to the City Planning and Development Office for proper perusal, study, and consideration. And we'll be awaiting the report of the CPDO regarding this matter.
Including the latest letter?
Including the latest letter of Engineer Bensha, ma'am.
Okay, Honorable Labadia.
The concerned
Okay, are you amenable to the suggestion of Honorable Abadia to create a technical working group to study all the proposals and the 20 letters and the letters of Engineer Bensha?
Madam Chairman, we have already a technical working group, Madam Chairman, composed of Sir Prillas and the rest. I think the TWG already met for several times and considered all the suggestions. These, I think there are just concerns that not within the province of the Committee on Transport to address. For example, Madam Chairman, whether there was failed bidding or not. Based on the records, there were biddings conducted, and Engineer Bensha participated twice, and he lost. Both occasions he lost. So he's now proposing to address to use another channel. It's not within the Committee on Transport to really address this concern, Madam Chairman. During that time, dahil naman po kami mga city councilors, so it's really not within our province to really directly answer. Now, ang tigaano ko po is ang committee po nagsabi na sigabos pong letters, if there are new matters na pwedeng i-reperduman, should be addressed by the existing TWG composed of Mr. Prillas and the other members. Then sinta na po ang mag-recommend sa Sangguniang if there are new matters, meaning those that were not taken up during the previous meetings of the TWG. If I got you
so
the
your
point
proposal
of
to refer
Councilor.
this to CPDO still stands. Okay, Honorable Arroyo.
Madam Chair, I believe there should be categorical answer that the city, I think through the CPDO, to the letter of Engineer Shah, and also a categorical response from the Committee on Public Utilities. On the part of the CPDO, in the letter of Engineer Shah, he stated that the information provided where there was a bidding, he said it is not true. So I believe there should be a categorical answer to that I believe should not be taken lightly. Second, also in the letter, another letter of Engineer Shah, he stated that the Committee on Public Utilities, despite pendency of certain issues in the committee, already moved for the approval of the TOR. So therefore, the letter alleged that railroading of the process. It was in fact specifically mentioned. So I believe a categorical response should also be made by the committee as to whether indeed there were still pending issues before the motion to approve the TOR was made. Third, Madam Chair, I think looking at the entire situation all over again, si Engineer siya baga, pigo-offer niya ay ang present niya na kinakalaga ng kang temporary terminal, free of use to the city. Gusto sabihin, very valuable baga ang daga dyan sa CBD2. Kung ino-offer na yan for free, and therefore ma-free ta, itong sa tong property 7,000 square meters, which is equally valuable. So, ang ano ko ngunyan is, saan ba makaka-gain more to serve the interest of the city na kung anong tayang ino-offer or i-push through ta na dumanta sa property ta. Kasi kung igwaman sa nang available na ino-offer sa tuya for free, then mapi-free up na itong sa tong property which we can also use for another purpose. I'm just parang thinking out loud again. Baka it's worthwhile looking at it again, no? Diba, how can we justify na mas mag-gain ang city kung dumanta ilalaag sa property ta? Samantalang igwang pigo-offer na property na yun na nga yung ginagamit ng yan, which is being offered for free. So, dahil kung gayon nahihiling how we can really justify the decision not to use our property for this purpose.
Can the committee
I think that's a food for thought for everyone because the decision has already been made. Pero mayo man bagang nothing is cast in stone. Maski naka-decide na kitang dumanta ilaag ang permanent terminal sa property ta, kung igwa palan arog kaya na offer duman sa latest offer ni Engineer siya, na ino-offer niya ang property niya for free. Why aren't we not taking it? no, we haven't approved any TOR yet. So baka we have to look at it again. Hilingon ta talaga sa in talaga mas masiserve ang best interest ng city and the riding public.
Okay, can the Committee on Transport look into the,
Yes.
consider the opinion raised by the Honorable Arroyo?
Thank you, Madam Chairman. As to the first concern of Councilor Miles, that as to the participation of engineers, based on the record submitted by Mr. Prilles, I'm just basing this on the records, existing records as Secretary. There were 2 biddings conducted, and the biddings resulted to failure. Then nag-participate naman si Engineer Bencha, and there was a failure bidding. Another bidding was conducted, again there was a failure bidding, and again Engineer Bencha lost in that particular bidding. There was a mention of course, there was based on the record, Madam Chairman, based on the record, the Sangguniang Panlungsod already decided on this matter. As a matter of fact, it already created the TWD to study the specific final area for the UB Express Terminal. So, the purpose of creating a TWD for the purpose of establishing a new and final terminal shows that the intent of the city is to look for the final site. So now let me again go back to the word that Engineer Bencha used, that there was some sort of railroading. I honestly believe, Madam Chairman, that there was no intent on the part of the committee to railroad. In fact, we determined that there are no new matters that can be taken up sa mga letters ni Engineer Bencha. So we deem it appropriate to just consolidate all the letters of Engineer Bencha and to submit this to the city planning and to submit to us the final recommendation regarding this matter, Madam Chair.
Okay, Honorable Labadia and then Honorable Rentoy.
Stated by the Honorable clarification lang. Kung there were 2 failure bidding. So kung may failure bidding, how can Engineer Bencha lose in a failure of bidding? Sabi ko kanil Councilor dito, if it's a failure of bidding, paano kung magkakaibari nadadaog na failure of bidding na?
Based on the records, existing records of the Sangguniang, there were 2 biddings conducted, and if I may recall it right, sa first bidding may nanggana but it did not qualify. Sa first bidding may mga nagbid but the winning bidder, I think the winning bidder did not qualify on the second aspect, yung financial. Kasi may mga stages yung sa bidding. Just ito kung si mga papers na kaipan. Preliminary is looking upon sa mga documents na submit. The second, sa second stage, si qualification as to the financial capability. So, after passing the first phase, nagsakat na sa second phase, unfortunately, the winning bidder did not qualify. So, mayong nangyari. That's based on the record. Dahil ko lang kayo ma-particularize si mga other details, Mr. Chair.
There were 2 failure of bidding.
Dahil may nag-qualify baga.
Failure nga eh. So, sabi yun, payo.
Dahil may bidding. Oo, may bidding, kaya lang disqualified si Nanggana.
Sinadaog naman, i-assume na natin Engineer Bencha, dapat ay ginagamit ng city planning na ang rason na si Engineer Bencha gano'n ka ginagamit na lang giraray para makalaot siya. Pero dahil maging rason na lang chairman na gano'n
disqualify siya.
Yun na naman yung niya. Kaya mas magayon ng Madam Chairman, si Pakaya, si Councilor Miles, na itong malinaw na maray, anong daw data intinyo na muna itong offer na tinataon na libre para sa city.
Mas beneficial.
And then pag i-consider na ito, kung isipin mo nga, i-consider na ito,
Can we wait for the recommendation of the CPDO based on the proposal of the task for the Committee on Transport, and also to look into the consideration, to consider also the comments raised by Honorable Arroyo. Honorable Rento, you were raising your hands? Bidding.
But there was no failure of bidding.
Oo, may na-disqualify lang.
There were two scheduled biddings. Only that, there was one who did not qualify but the bidding. Correct?
In one of the letters sent by Mr. Prillis, he used the word failure bidding. So I just cannot really reconcile as
bidding.
Scheduled biddings, but the bidding did not prosper. Nobody joined the bidding. That's why it's failure.
may mga ang recollection ko lang po, Madam Chairman, may mga nagbid, may nanggaan ng saro, kaya lang pag-abot naman sa financial aspect, dahil na nag-qualify. Itong grupo ni Colonel Ijan.
Bakong dapat pag naglaog ka sa bidding, ang yaon duman gabos ng requirements? O how,
May stages
was it that he was disqualified after he won?
Si initial compliance, Madam Chair, may stage. Second aspect is the financial consideration.
Failure or disqualification?
May I repeat just that to the
can we request
CPDO?
Can we request the attendance of the CPDO,
okay.
next session?
And also, Madam Chairman, to consider
on that matter.
To consider also the inputs of councilors Labadia and Councilor
okay, next session.
Miles.
We invite the CPDO.
So that's all, Madam Chairman.
Honorable Abunal, last question. Remarks.
I don't think this can be answered now, as it was not answered the first time I asked it.
Next session.
So can we ask this in advance in preparation? When the city planning officer is invited, can we ask him to specify when and how it happened that we are now referring to the terminal as UB and as a van and jeepney terminal? Originally, it was only a van thing. Now, all of a sudden, I am seeing a jeepney as well.
Okay. We can clarify that.
Kan mag-agree po kami kan Madam Chair, van si Urulay. Ngunyan garong pinalusutan ng jeepney.
Nakabali.
Dahil ko po aram, I may not have been here, I may have been asleep.
Okay.
Now all of a sudden my jeepney na. I don't think that ever was discussed here.
Madam,
we can clarify that on the next session when Mr. Prillas is here.
Let me respond to the concern of Councilor Abunal. Originally, the TOR is for the UB and jeepney. Yung original na ano. Then there was discussion during the session of the Sangguniang.
Clarification, when you say original, kaso rin yan original na pigre-refer na yan. Nakadakol kayo original.
Si first na pig-submit po sa Committee on Transport.
When was this?
I just don't know of any particular date.
11 Sangguniang itong
previous Sangguniang chaired by Honorable
That is
Arroyo.
why I am asking the CPDO should prepare for that question. When it happened na naging jeepney, kabali na naman ang jeepney or whatever.
Nagluwas lang po yan, Madam Chairman, yan issue sa jeepney when we first asked Mr. Prillas to join us in the session. So there was an agreement to drop the jeepney. So there was no intent to
the letter
to insert that the records will bear us out.
Talagang mayong jeepney.
Originally there was jeepney. Otherwise sa inta po ibubugtak si mga jeep.
Ang hapot sa amin mo na si Mr. Prillas inamin na ipig-insert lang, hinali na. Do we now understand na talagang mayong jeepney?
Now, let me again clarify, sir. Originally, there was a jeepney included in the ban terminal, proposed ban. But during one of our deliberations in open session, Mr. Prilyes, in your opinions by the different members of Sangguniang, there was that suggestion to look for another place for the jeepneys. Councilor Labadia can attest to that certainly.
Okay, all those issues will be answered by Mr. Prilyes during the next session. May I request the Secretary to put that in the letter. All the queries upon Honorable Abonal, the recommendation and the position of Honorable Arroyo and the Honorable Labadia and Honorable Rentoy. Okay, next.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. Let me proceed to the another report of the Committee on Transport. The matter of public hearing, again conducted on the same date, October 12, on the proposed ordinance of this representation, an ordinance further amending Article 23 of Ordinance Number 93-049, otherwise known as the Transport and Traffic Code of Naga City, as amended by Ordinance Number 2000-060, 2087, and 2003-087, or Ordinance 2005-13, specifically on the fare increase of Padjak in the city of Naga. May I go directly, Madam Chairman, to the disposition?
You may do so.
The body resolved to defer the matter, defer consideration of the matter, and to recommend to the Sangguniang Panlungsod to request the Traffic Management Center to coordinate with the Naga Nasipodrip for review and study of the proposal of fare increase and to submit a report within 15 days from said coordination. I so move, Madam Chairman.
Any second? Okay, approved.
So that's all, Madam Chairman, and thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Del Rosario. Next item.
Report of the Committee on Laws, Ordinances, and Reorganization.
Honorable Rentoy.
Madam Chair, may I seek acknowledgement of the report of the Committee on Laws and Ordinances held yesterday.
Your report is acknowledged.
There were 5 items tackled by the committee. First, ordinance introduced by the Honorable Nelson S. Legacion entitled An Ordinance Institutionalizing the Sangguniang Panlungsod Student Participation Program and Providing Funds for the Purpose. May I go directly to the disposition?
You may do so.
After extensive deliberation on the proposed ordinance on motion duly seconded, the committee resolved to recommend to the Sangguniang Panlungsod to pass an ordinance institutionalizing the Sangguniang Panlungsod Student Participation Program and providing funds for the purpose after submission of the final revised copy of the said proposed ordinance. I understand that at this juncture we still do not have the copy of the revised ordinance, so we defer consideration.
May we also know from what funds? Tayo kay baga providing funds sa inyang i-charge.
From the budget of the Sangguniang Panlungsod, Madam Chair.
Okay.
This is an ongoing program for 3 years already. We have been funding this program also charged to the Sangguniang Panlungsod. So we defer consideration. Item number 2, Barangay Resolution number 08-1916, Series of 2016 of Tabuco, Naga City, entitled Resolution Granting Special Privileges to Senior Citizens and Persons with Disability of Barangay Tabuco, City of Naga by providing them exemption to payment representing documentarial fees or charges in accordance with the Barangay Revenue Code of 2009. Disposition and motion duly seconded, the committee resolved to recommend to the Sangguniang Panlungsod to return the resolution to Barangay Council of Tabuco with the recommendation that it must be contained in an ordinance, and likewise suggested that they amend the Barangay Revenue Code of 2009 of Barangay Tabuco with a provision therein for such exemption. So we return, Mr. Chairman, with the explanation.
Any second? Okay, barangay. It will be returned to Barangay Tabuco.
Item number 3, first endorsement dated September 23, 2016 from Punong Barangay Marcelo R. Bagadyong of Tabuco forwarding Ordinance number 16-04, Series of 2016, entitled An Ordinance Declaring Fraternidad Street in Barangay Tabuco, City of Naga, a no parking area for all type of vehicles, thereby prohibiting all public and private vehicle and users or owners to use or to use any or both lanes thereat for parking purposes and further imposing penalties in violation thereof. Disposition on motion duly seconded, the committee resolved to recommend to the Sangguniang Panlungsod to return the barangay ordinance to Barangay Council of Tabuco with a suggestion that this matter must be contained in a resolution addressed to this chamber, requesting this chamber to make an ordinance relative to the request. So we return, Mr. Chairman, with an explanation that the said ordinance is not within the legislative authority of the Barangay Council.
Any second? Second, approved. Next
Item number 4, Barangay Resolution number 08-2016, series of 2016 of Tabuco, Naga City, entitled a resolution appropriating the amount of 5,000 pesos only as an allocation for the registration fee of the 5 chosen participants in the 3rd Regional Nutrition Conference. Disposition, we just take note of the matter. There was only a mistake in transmittal of the documents, Mr. Chairman. Madam Chairman.
Noted.
Item number 5, letter dated September 26, 2016 from Punong Barangay Raymond R. Arevalo of Triangulo, submitting ordinance number 002-16, entitled an ordinance issuing voluntary barangay identification card to registered voters and residents of Barangay Triangulo for review and approval. Disposition and motion duly seconded, the committee resolved to recommend to the Sangguniang Panlungsod to return the matter to the Barangay Council of Triangulo, and this chamber will seek the opinion of the city mayor for his confirmation to affix his signature in the barangay ID if he so desires. Madam Chair. So we return the said ordinance first to Barangay Triangulo, and the same communication be sent to the city mayor's office for his approval, Mr. Chairman, or denial of the request of the Barangay Council of Triangulo that his signature be on the barangay ID to be issued by the Barangay Council. So
Any comments? Any comment? Okay, second.
Before I end, Mr. Chairman, the committee noticed that the representative of the Naga City People's Council, from the time we assumed the Committee on Laws and Ordinances, we haven't seen representation from the Naga City People's Council, so the committee deemed it necessary to drop the representation of Naga City People's Council in the name of Attorney La Vitoria, and a directive be sent to the Naga City People's Council for her replacement.
Okay, Honorable Arroyo.
Madam Chair, on item number 5, on referring the matter whether the mayor would agree to sign in the ID, what if he does? The assent of the mayor now will not bind the next mayor, because this is an act of the barangay outside of its authority to enjoin the signature of the local chief executive. So I think we have to inform the barangay council already, because even if the mayor would say yes, that consent would
for the next
mayor, because the barangay cannot bind city officials in their ordinances.
So perhaps that will be included in the letter to when we return the resolution to Barangay Triangulo. The matter raised by Honorable Arroyo. Honorable Del Castillo.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Actually, Madam Chair, I already raised that issue yesterday. But the Barangay Council of Triangulo is insisting that they want
the signature
of the mayor on the identification card. I even suggested that the barangay ID should only be signed by the barangay secretary in the punong barangay. That's why, because I understand that there will be some consequences or ramifications if the signature of the mayor will appear on the barangay identification card. But they are insisting that they want the signature of the mayor to be on the ID.
For souvenir. Thank you, Honorable Del Castillo. Okay.
So the same directive, and then later on, if the mayor so desires, and then it will have to be returned to the barangay and has to be returned again to the Sangguniang Panlungsod, we will reiterate that there are some consequences, there are some legal impediments that would come later on if the mayor would be, the signature of the mayor would appear on the barangay ID.
Oo, they inform them. On our letter to Barangay Triangulo, we informed them of the opinion raised by Honorable Arroyo. Okay. That ends your report. Next item.
So that ends the report. Thank you.
Honorable Abonal.
May we just check? Supposed to be, I think there are only 10 to 20 minutes. Tapos naman lang reference.
May kitang lang.
Any more report?
Nagpa-order na.
Hindi.
Gil, mapa-order na kitang lunch.
Yeah,
Gil,
I think the
Kulay ko si may birthday.
acting vice mayor has authority to do that.
Okay. Order, of course. Okay, the secretary pa, ano na, Noy. Okay, next item.
The letter dated October 17, 2016 from Dr. Borja regarding the TV4 transmitter tower, specifically the minimum requirements.
This was taken up during the public hearing in San Felipe. Itong sa transmitter sa San Felipe, the issue was raised by Honorable Ranyola regarding the health requirements for the radiation, I think. And this is the letter. Noted. Yeah, noted. Okay. Next item.
The legal opinion number 2016-032 of the city legal officer regarding the letter of Engineer Rubencia.
Okay, transport. Next.
The letter dated October 17, 2016 from Engineer Joel Martin regarding the status of Naga River Cruise together with the supporting documents and photos.
River Cruise.
Transport.
Honorable Baldimoro.
Thank you, Madam Chair. This is in connection with my pending proposed ordinance on the tourist book. So may I request to refer this to the Committee on Culture and Arts.
Okay, referred to Committee on Culture and Arts. Next item.
New business. The endorsement dated October 10 from Mr. Francisco Mendoza.
Appropriation.
The letter dated October 12 of Ms. Salud Boragay of the peasant sector, Carolina, requesting assistance for the opening of a farm-to-market road in Tayag State that will connect Austria Village and Sinfro, Carolina.
Is agriculture or infra? Infra. Market road, farm-to-market road. Honorable Del Rosario.
Madam Chairman, ito pong first letter na ni Attorney Bragais regarding sa concern kay Engineer Bencia. Instead of it being referred to the Committee on Transport, may we
CPDO.
CPDO na lang po para i-consolidate na lang po nila.
Okay, next.
The letter dated October 10, 2016 from Mr. Ruben Monius Sr. informing that he would like to avail of 2 units electric car. The letter dated October 11 from Mr. Eduardo Loriaga of San Mateo, Peña, Francia, requesting consideration of 1 requirements commonly. Transport.
Next item.
The executive budget for the City of Naga for calendar year 2017.
APRO. And also are we furnished a copy for all the members? Iguan na kita? With all the attachments. Tina, nakita ka, boss?
1 copy.
Only 1 copy. Can we ask the City Budget Office to furnish all members? Okay. Refer to Committee on Appropriation.
Appropriation.
And furnish all members copy. Okay, next item.
The endorsement dated October 17, 2016 from the Budget Officer endorsing the supplemental budget of Barangay
APRO.
Santa Cruz. The letter dated September 29, 2016 from Fieldworks Construction and Supply regarding temporary closure of intersection for 15 days, Miranda and Panganiban Avenue, intersection of BMC Road and Panganiban Avenue, to implement drainage construction along Panganiban. The request, Your Honors, is for temporary closure of Miranda Avenue and BMC Road, DPWH drainage construction project, land bank to Petron along Panganiban Avenue.
So, hindi referring temporary closure?
Yes.
Okay, Honorable Del Castillo.
How long will it be, Madam Chair? Because it will really affect the traffic
15
in the
days.
area. 20 to
10 to 15.
20 to 30 days. Second paragraph.
20 to 30 days.
Yes. The interconnection shall be 10 to 15 working days.
Matrabaho sinda 10 to 15 working days. Kaya gusto niya.
Would it be a total closure, Madam Chair, or partial closure only? Because we cannot totally close that area.
Ano yan?
We will be having a chaos on that area if we will totally close that for 10 to 15 days.
Can we refer this to a committee and then the committee to call the who was it? Transport, Committee on Transport. Next.
Madam Chairman,
Honorable De Rosario.
while we are waiting for the order of SUSET, I consult, Madam Chairman, if I may request, during the next session, imbitaran ta po ang contractor para ma-present niya po ang layout, tangaring po, saruan na lang ang desisyon ta.
Okay.
Saka yung
So
DPWH
instead
po.
of
Committee on Transport.
Committee on Transport, we invite the contractor.
And the DPWH.
DPWH.
Apo.
Next hearing.
Para sa
Okay. Next ay Honorable Abonal.
I to next to be a statement from the government hospital, BIR, yung mga major offices and services. Yung hospital baka magamit nila yung other road duman. Baka, I mean, we have to find out whether or not I don't think we should decide on
And also they have stated that they have asked Metro Gaisano to use their space.
It's something before, Madam Chair, pinapalusot nila duman, kaya luwas laog manggiraray.
Tugot man daw.
I'm concerned about yung sa BMC. What does it say? Solve na ba ang problema sa BMC? Mga emergency yan. I think there's a paragraph there.
We can ask them during the next session. Honorable Baldemoro?
Since we will be discussing this, Madam Chair, in the next session, could we direct the Traffic Management Center of the PSO to make a proposal regarding this request of the Fieldworks construction?
Okay, may we also invite the PSO or
the Traffic Management Center, Madam Chair, under the PSO, and to make a possible recommendation and to be invited during the discussion of said matter in the next session.
Okay, write a letter. The secretary is advised to write a letter to PSO and also to invite them during the next session. Next, Honorable Arroyo.
Maybe, Madam Chair, we can already forward the request so that by the next session, they will be ready with their comments.
Yes, and to make the necessary recommendation.
Yes.
Okay. Next item.
The letter dated October 11, 2016 from Mr. Joel Yao of JLY Golden Fortune Corporation, offering partnership and collaboration of ideas to contribute to tourism, employment and economic development by innovating the Bicol Central Terminal.
Refer this to the terminal. City properties. Ang terminal. Magamit sindang space inside the terminal. So city properties. Okay, refer to city properties.
The endorsement dated October 17, 2016 from the Office of the City Mayor endorsing for ratification the MOA between the city and Concepcion Pequeña Farmers Association.
Honorable Labadia. Ratification?
Yes.
Committee on LO.
The letter dated October 13, 2016 from Punong Barangay Pedro San Juan of Balatas with the enclosed resolution number 16-027 addressed to the Office of the City Mayor requesting for expropriation of the home lot owned by Mr. Siberiano Negria where a multipurpose building is erected.
Committee on Housing, Settlement. Next.
The letter dated October 14, 2016 from the City Mayor requesting authority to enter into the attached MOA with the Metro Naga Table Tennis Association for the use of the second floor north side of the Jesse Robredo Coliseum.
City properties.
The endorsement from the Tri-Mobile Task Force endorsing the applications for transfer of franchise.
Transport.
Other matters, memorandum from...
Honorable Abunal, halat muna.
In connection, Madam Chair, with decision to drop a member of the representative of the NCPC, may we ask the Secretariat to review all committee reports to find out exactly which other representatives of the barangay or of the women's and NCPC may have been absent beyond the maximum. I just suspect there may be others. That may not be true with the regular members.
Okay, the Secretary is advised. Okay, Honorable Ranyola.
Well, Madam Chair, sometime in September 13, this representation delivered a privileged speech about the tragic incident that happened in the hospital, NICC hospital, that brought fear and panic, not only to the patient, but to the neighboring areas of the NICC hospital. And after delivering my speech, if I can remember it right, the Honorable Vidal Castillo, moved that it must be investigated and be brought to the attention of the Office of the City Mayor. And true to tell, the Secretary wrote a letter, and allow me to read. His Honor, City Mayor, Naga City. This was dated September 13. I have been directed by the Sangguniang Panlungsod during the regular session to kindly furnish you herewith copy of the previous speech of Honorable Jose C. Ranyola for your appropriate action particularly on the issue regarding a certain Mr. Benjamin Calio Jr., sound specialist of CPU. And as of this moment, Madam Chair,
There's no answer.
we received, and I have not received any information about really what happened. If this is going to be done to us, it will be a laughing stock. Remember that when I delivered the privilege speech, it was picked up by the media, and nothing happens now. I am not a vindictive man, but at least something must be done. At least he must be investigated. Otherwise, ako man nangingisiyan pa lang kayo ni. Because if this will not happen, I think we at the NICC Doctors Hospital might do something about it. Because nagrabyado kaming maray, and dikit pang kadako ng pasyente magka-disgrasya. So, may I request, Madam Chair, that a follow-up be given to the mayor and a special attention be given to his immediate superior, which is this CEPPIO head. Because I believe the mayor is not around.
Yes.
No?
I'm not familiar with the situation since I was absent during the time, but
the person being alluded into
may we follow. We have a follow-up.
Is a member of the staff of CPPIO under Mr. Yodanga.
CPO.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
CPO. Okay, can we make a follow-up?
Can we call him regular session?
The boss, the supervisor, the head of, yeah, because it's under his jurisdiction.
Mr. Chairman, that we direct Secretary to write concern head of the
department.
Concern person to be present during the regular session of the next session date. So,
Any second? Na? Honorable Del Rosario? And then Honorable Del Rosario.
I disagree with the suggestion of Councilor Labadia. There should be investigation. The request of Councilor Ranyola is to investigate. So, halatun tala po na po si report nila, then saka kita mag-act based on the report na to be submitted. Kasi, otherwise, we'll be putting him in a very bad light without first asking him to explain in writing. If si tenor kan si privilege speech na dapat ang investigation ikakanda kang HRMO and si HRMO mag-submitting report sa Office of the Mayor, i-furnish po kita.
Nag-submit na ba ang HRMO? Nag-investigar na? Dahil pa?
Sa pag-aaral ko po, may ipakitang na-release.
Okay. Can we just call the attention of the HRMO to make his report based on his investigation next session? Before calling the person as you stated. Honorable Del Castillo?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Actually, if I'm not mistaken, there is an existing grievance committee within the city government of Naga. But we don't know whether they have already acted on
that's under the
letter, which is the subject matter of the privilege speech of the Honorable Ranyola. And I agree with the Honorable Ranyola that we should not be taken for granted on this particular matter. The matter is not a laughing one. It's involved something which should not be done during the height of heightened security within the city. So, a follow-up later maybe would do at this point in time, Madam Chair. But if no action within, say, 10 or 15 days on the part of the grievance committee, this representation will be requesting on after the lapse of that period for the passage of a resolution directing the grievance committee to do its job. But we'll first give time to the grievance committee for them to act accordingly on the matter, Madam Chair.
Okay, the Secretary will write a letter to the HRMO and reiterate the request for an investigation based on the privileged speech of Honorable Ranyola, and to give him 10 days from receipt of 5 days? 10 days. 10 days to give the grievance committee to make their investigation and to report to the Sangguniang after 10 days. Okay, Honorable Labadia.
After itong incident, Madam Chairman, I just would like to know what was the action taken by the Sangguniang to inform the particular offices na pinireklamo sa
Gero may letter. I think Honorable may Secretary. Okay, may we ask the Secretary if he wrote a letter to the concerned person and the concerned office?
Your Honor, based on the directive of the Sangguniang, the letter was already read by the Honorable Ranyola, and it was the only letter sent regarding the matter.
Aso nagpadara. And there, up to now, there's no reply.
Response yet.
So, yes, September 13. Okay.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. Thank you,
Direct from London. Okay. Any other comments? None. Next, Honorable Arroyo and then Honorable Del Castillo.
Madam Chair, not anymore on that same concern, but while we are considering requiring officials to account for their actions, may I be apprised, Madam Chair, as to what happened to the referral that we made to the Honorable Del Rosario's committee, Committee on, I believe, Public Safety, concerning the behavior of the PNP chief during the Peña Francia Fiesta, which was raised by the Honorable Ranyola. May we be apprised of the action that the committee has taken thereon?
Okay, Honorable Del Rosario. To tell you the truth, blanco ako.
Madam Chairman, thank you, Councilor Miles. We already conducted initial discussions, and we're trying to get as much as information as possible regarding the actions of our acting city director. We'll be consolidating the report and we'll be furnishing the Sangguniang on the middle of November, Madam Chairman.
Okay, any other remarks? None. Next item.
Other matters, the memorandum issued by the City Mayor dated October 10.
Honorable Del Castillo.
Before other matters, Madam Chair, I just want to call the attention of this august body that the proposed ordinance authored by this representation, which was already endorsed by the Ways and Means Committee to the Sangguniang Panlungsod, remains enacted for already more than a month. The last time that this matter was taken up, the Sangguniang Panlungsod directed the city assessor to render to us a comparison on the effects of the taxes on the affected properties. But up to now, there was no presentation which are being made before the Sangguniang Panlungsod. The first time that this ordinance was filed was July 19 this year. It was reported by the Committee on Ways and Means within the month of July, but August and September have already passed, and yet no action was taken to finally dispose of that particular matter. So I just want to call the attention of this august body that this matter involves an additional revenue for the city. It's not a personal matter for me, but I believe that all departments of the city should act with the spots of their particular assigned work. That's the matter that I want to bring to this body, Madam Chair. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable Del Castillo. May we request the Secretary to again call the attention of those concerned offices? Office of the Mayor. Okay, any other matters? None? Next item?
Other matters, the memorandum of the City Mayor dated October 10 on the settlement of outstanding cash advances.
This will be the, if you have any unliquidated cash advance, this will be deducted from your salary. Ayan, ayan. Any comment from the members? Okay, Honorable Abunal?
Madam Chair, I am happy for this memo, but I wonder whether or not the items, every other month we get a report from about the SEF, and I tell you there are unliquidated advances going back to the last century. Every other month we get a report and the names are still there. I wonder whether the same may be covered by this. It does not appear so, Madam Chair. Sa iling ko po, kung may unliquidated advances kita digdiyo, mas kadakul duman.
Okay, noted. And also to call the attention of the accounting department, based on the observation of Honorable Abunal, that there are previous cash advances that has remained unliquidated. Since some of them have retired from the government service, how can you deduct salaries from their salaries? Okay, next item.
The letter dated October 14, 2016 from Engineer Rebecca Roses of the DPWH 2nd Engineering District informing that as of September 21, 2016, all of the Naga River revetment projects being implemented by DPWH was already completed. The construction activities being observed, if any, are rectifications of the contractor of the defects noted by the DPWH.
Noted. Next item.
Nominal voting.
Before nominal voting, Honorable Del Rosario.
Mr. Chairman, I understand that we are being covered by the group of SEPIO. May I just request that there should be improvements in our number one sound system, the quality of the sound of sa iling ko po sa Gabos para mas ano. Number two, that we request the SEPI also to put a large screen para kung dahil man nakaatubang sa mo ang camera, makakudutan man kami ni kagawad ano. Para at least po medyo makatabang sa kasi pangit man na isushoot kita tapos dahil man kita gayo napatungod sa imo.
At to tell you the truth, ang iba sa Indo, dahil ko nadadangog. Dahil ko nadadangog digdi ang mga tinataram niyan. Ang iba sa dahil dahil may nadadangog digdi. Pigaano ko na lang bukas kang uso nito, pero dahil po nadadangog digdi talaga ang ibang comments. So, may we call the attention of the, ano yan, sa tuya, yan, Will?
Next time, don't say that, because...
we are live. Okay, Honorable Del Castillo.
In connection with the observation of the Honorable Del Rosario, Madam Chair, I think we should direct our secretary to coordinate with whatever office of the city is involved in the improvement of the equipment within the session hall now that our regular sessions are covered live and even seen the whole world so long as they have an internet connection. So it's high time that we improve our equipment, and since this body has the power of the force, and we have some unappropriated surplus available, maybe we can direct our secretary to consult those technical people with regard to the equipment that is necessary within the session hall.
Okay.
Para, kumbaga, kung gurano ang kaipon, di mag-appropriate ang sanggunian para mabaguhan o mapakaray ini yung mga equipment.
Thank you, Honorable Del Castillo.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Take note, the Secretary. Okay, any other matters? None? Honorable Baldimoro?
Thank you, Madam Chair. May I move that all the approved resolutions and ordinances be transferred to nominal voting and approve the same.
Any second? Approve?
Motion to adjourn, Madam Chair.
Any second? Adjourn. Session is adjourned.